right, welcome back to Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Vinny.
I'm Dylan.
And since we're kind of approaching mid-year, Dylan and I have not been on YouTube for almost like 5 months. We broke that 1,000 sub barrier. Thank you guys for the support. We really appreciate it and love responding to all the comments. There's a lot of smart people down there in the comment section. So we're learning from you guys as much as some of you may be learning anything from us.
Yeah, we got a really solid following. I'm trying to get 10,000 of that, and then everyone can just learn from each other. That's all I want. We got some really, really smart guys in the comments.
Yeah, I love it. Guys and gals, okay?
Guys and gals.
We have 2.5% viewership is female. But anyways, we're doing a portfolio update. So this video right here is going to be mine. We're going to do Dylan's as well. Just kind of where we are and what's been going on this year and that sort of stuff, what we're currently invested in. So, this is my Charles Schwab account. I'm still with Charles Schwab. I love Charles Schwab. I've played around a little bit this year with Robinhood because of our stimulus check challenge. We can link that video above or series above, and then also Webull. The execution on both of those is pretty questionable compared to Charles Schwab, and I actually get price improvement when I place orders here, and my options orders get filled, unlike they do on Robinhood.
I'm going to keep my mouth silent because of how much I despise Webull.
Yeah.
I'll do a separate video on that. It's the worst service ever.
I love it. Yeah, so Schwab calculates this year-to-date return and stuff. It's actually not accurate. I'd have to go in and manually do it. Anytime you have a linked account, it automatically adds that in. It throws off the numbers. It's kind of annoying. But in general, the highlight here I'm trying to show is this trend. Just kind of a slow, steady climb upward is what I love to see. That's my goal when I invest. Not those crazy gyrations that look like an EKG of someone with unstable rhythm. There, Dylan.
Like mine.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my current portfolio. This is what I have invested in. Most of my money is still in Apple. Big position for me here relative to account size. This right here is 25% or so of my actual invested funds at this point. I do have a small position in AT&T, which I plan on building out. I actually think ultimately that the divestiture of Time Warner and DirecTV will benefit AT&T long term. They'll be able to be that cash flow machine that Verizon really is. And I think they're at still relatively attractive valuation. So I'm going to start building this position a little bit more over time. I want to run the numbers a little bit more so I have a little bit more concrete projection of where I think they're going. Once we figure out how the debt's going to be moved, between the different entities there with the Discovery Media.
Right.
Or Time Warner Media. ABBV, love them. Started one of their products this year. It's been absolutely fantastic for me. That's Skyrizi. But great company.
Skyrizi works very well.
Yeah. The returns are absolutely fantastic. Pharmaceutical industry is one that's actually still relatively reasonably valued. Been selling covered calls against it to help kind of generate a little bit extra income. The way I think of it too is kind of lowering my cost basis there.
Vinny, is the far right by the letters the total return?
Where are you looking? Far right by the letters, right here. Yeah, that's dollar return. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the other one? The daily?
Yes, this is daily.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day on Friday for me. Alibaba, another island of value in right now. So about 10% or so of my portfolio is now in Alibaba stock. Relatively decent value there. This Altasource is actually one I picked up from Jake Bro, another YouTube channel. Great content over there. I picked up a couple hundred shares. Only a couple days and it's already up 20% or so from where I bought it. Yeah, they're a foreclosure kind of processing company. So foreclosures have been basically banned for the last year and a half, and now all of a sudden they're going to pick up. And there's a large swath. Are you talking about? I forget the exact number, but there's a lot of homeowners that are behind, unfortunately. So it's a very sad thing, but their services are going to be very much needed in the near future. AMC, I joined the Ape Nation just to kind of support the folks over there in terms of their mission about exposing naked shorts and a lot of inequities within how investing occurs. Yeah, exactly. I know, Dylan.
No, I understand. You got one share.
One share. This is just a sign of solidarity. I don't actually like believe in making money from this because it's not going to happen. As you can see, I'm down a few bucks there.
Yeah, you gotta watch what you say here, Vinny. If you say it's not gonna make money, you might have people coming after you.
Yeah, that's all good. They welcome to. I don't care. Apple, I still love you. You know, this company is such a beast. They, they've been mostly flat this year, which is why my portfolio has been okay. It's not my best year the last few, but they're coming back towards like a reasonable valuation. The company is continuing to do well. Yeah, they're in the middle of a super cycle, but still, it's you know, man, you cannot mess with this company. They everything they do so well. It's amazing. They execute.
What's your cost average?
It's on the next slide. I'll show you in a second.
Oh, okay.
It's low. As you can see, like on this position of $15,000, it's $11,000 of that is gain.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's like 230% or so, something like that on them up. And then I've been selling covered calls against it all the way along too, which definitely helps kind of lower my cost basis there. So I love it. AXSM Therapeutics. This is one of my like little YOLO plays. One of my larger percentage losses, down like 30% or so. But it's another Alzheimer's drug. They have AXS-05, and then they also have a drug for treatment-resistant major depressive disorder, which if they actually bring to market will be the first new drug for major depressive disorder in 20 years or something. I've seen like that.
Oh, that's them?
Yeah, AXSM. They've been trending back up a little bit recently. That they hit a low of like $50-something a share. Now they're back up to like $70 a share, because they're anticipating FDA approval for that major depressive drug potentially this year, second half of this year, which was starting very soon. Yeah, Dylan's writing it down right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, hey, major depression, pretty widely spread disease. Treatment-resistant depression is pretty common as well. Their drug is just a hybrid of two different other antidepressants. It had good clinical data in their phase 3 clinical trial, but I'll be interested to see. It's one I'm willing to put 1% of my portfolio in to see what happens, because they're multi-billion-dollar drugs if they do get approved.
Right. See the position sizing video.
Yeah, exactly. So 1%. Bank of America, as we watch interest rates, start to climb. Hopefully, once the Fed has to control inflation a little bit, I think Bank of America will benefit from that. What was that estimate from that other article we talked about, Dylan, in a previous video?
It's like I think it was like every 0.5% or 1% increased on the Treasury yield. Was it yield or the federal fund? Either way, they make like $10 billion per point.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're sitting at historic lows, so really it can't go lower.
Yeah.
Berkshire Hathaway
go lower.
Yeah, exactly. Berkshire Hathaway, the OG. I wish I had bought more of this. I've owned this position for quite a few years now, but such a diversified company, well exposed to the housing sector, so that's why they've had a tremendous boom of late. But you can't go wrong with putting a little money with Warren Buffett. Molson Coors. I got this position for a bury position. It was pretty heavily undervalued based on like cash flow. They were actually fairly priced for like a 10% return with their negative 2% growth rate. They had a couple catalysts upcoming with Topo Chico, the partnership with Coca-Cola. So I'm still invested in them. I plan to hold them through at least the third quarter financial results, and we'll see what happens from there. See if Topo Chico really takes off the way they're hoping it will. I keep looking at all my local retail stores to see if I can find it on the shelf. Nothing yet, but I'm not in their target market. Simon Property Group. What's that?
I have some good news for you. I just went to a thing yesterday, and it was really funny because I bought some shares in this too, just because of the Topo Chico. There was a couple different brands there.
Uh-huh.
And Topo Chico ran out within about 30 minutes, and then everyone switched to they didn't like the other seltzers. There's like a Costco brand or a Fry's brand or something at the pool party thing. Yeah, everyone, it was pretty unanimous because I didn't want to be that guy. I was like, hey guys, like which one's better? Everyone's like, oh, Topo Chico's way better. I was like, oh cool, okay, all right.
Yeah, I fully do that when I go to parties and barbecues. Like, which brand do you guys prefer?
Yeah, well, I don't really I don't really like seltzers at all, so I'm impartial. So
Yeah. I've tasted like every one my wife has had over the last like 2 months since I invested in multiple course.
just to see.
Just to see. They're not as bad as I thought they were. But Simon Property Group, largest retail mall REIT. I knew that we were going to get a kind of a massive like resurgence this summer of people just going out and spending money like crazy. Simon Property Group was actually profitable throughout the entirety of COVID, but their stock was beaten down significantly. So I instituted this position towards the end of 2020. I have more of it actually in another account. All across the board, somewhere up between 30 and 40% in that position, which is awesome. And then Virgin Galactic, I closed this position on Friday at a 80% gain. Pretty happy with that. So this is when you're looking at my my cost basis and my percent return. So this is that thing you were asking about, Dylan. Apple 233% up from where I bought it.
Where cost is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
you've owned that since it was like 50.
Yeah. Well, it was. I think it was pre-adjusted around 120 a share. Pre-split is where I bought in. Or like 150.
Pre-split. Okay, got it.
Yeah, pre-split. So that's how long I've held them. Unfortunately, I had a lot more shares, but I had 100 shares called away because of a covered call, and I was up double already at that point, so I just didn't buy back in. But I would have had more gains if I had bought back in. But whatever.
This is a little late, but I just found it's 1 percentage point higher, and the federal funds rate is $8.3 billion of income.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, this is where my account is at right now. So just kind of wanted to update you guys and see what we're thinking, what we're doing, that sort of stuff, and get your thoughts and continue to kind of grow and make money together.
And you're at a 21% gain ish.
For the year, yeah, that's not correct. I'd have to go back and actually tweak the numbers a little bit. That's not actually correct. Anytime you have a linked account on Schwab, it automatically includes that amount in like your gains and stuff. And like,
oh
yeah,
well, the SPY's at 15.7. So if you're beating that, that's the only goal is to beat the SPY.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be fantastic. This year is going to be a little bit tough. I beat the SPY the last like 3 years basically, but this year I'm not sure. We'll see. It depends on what happens second half of this year, if Molson Coors takes off or not, or that sort of stuff. Yeah, and BABA finally gets recognized for the value that it is.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that one too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We always love to hear from you.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.